everyone. Welcome to The Token and the Truth. I am Lady Drea Renee, joined by my amazing co-host.
Amazing to some, maybe not to others, but she made me Freddie B. We here.
Well, no, Freddie, apparently not everyone thinks you're amazing for your lovely polarizing views on men and women relationships. Freddie, I gotta say, I mean, the consensus is you're a bit antiquated in your thoughts, sir. I don't know how you feel about that, but we'll get into all of that fun stuff tonight. You guys, we got some amazing, interesting topics, right, Freddie B? Should you post or not post your relationship? Right? We got a fun clip from Instagram. Wendy Williams talking to Captain America about making him a sandwich. And what else do we got, Freddie? Are we doing Bad Bunny and Tiger Woods? I think we should, right?
You ain't telling, but I know about the guy who killed. I know about the guy who killed his wife on View.
And we got the guy from Family Feud who said his biggest regret was I do, and he killed his wife allegedly. So we got
allegedly.
Well, we have to say allegedly because I guess he's innocent until proven guilty.
Right, exactly. That's important. So we don't get
to say anything that's going to get us in any sort of trouble. But Freddie, how was your weekend? I saw that you were traveling. You did some fun stuff.
My brother got married.
And who's got married? Standing.
Yeah, so 3 boys. My mother and my father had 3 boys, and so I am the proverbial last of Mohican.
Last of the Mohicans. I hear you. How you feel about that, Freddie? Any pressure? Are you feeling any pressure?
No, I mean it's never any pressure. You know, when you thing is I'm about order. I'm about order and structure, man. So you know, it's you know, I want to do things decently and in order. That's the key thing with everything. So you know what I mean? Like I think a lot of people feel pressure when they know that when they know like they have something in the back of their mind where it's like something's pressing on you, or things may not be 100% key. You know what I mean? Now I will take responsibility in that. Maybe I met my wife in my 20s or my 30s or something like that.
Wait, what?
I mean, I can't say for sure. I'm not gonna say definitively.
Ooh, if anyone's watching, maybe it rekindle flames in the future.
Possibly. So, I mean, but I did date some great women, but I wasn't in my mind space then to handle it and to be intentional. Because I wasn't taught correctly. I didn't grow up with that armed with that information to take advantage of that situation when it was in front of me. And so now we're here. You know what I mean? I never really wanted to be the 50-year-old guy with the 11-year-old, but
you're not 50.
No, I'm saying a 50-year-old guy with an 11-year-old.
Oh, I see. Because when you have the child, got it. Okay.
Right, because the child has to grow up, and each year the child spends on Earth, I spend on Earth too, and so that takes me higher. And so, as of right now, I can have a child like right now, and when I'm 50, the child won't even be 11; it'll be 10.
It'll be 10. And I gotta say, my girlfriend was doing some homework with her 10-year-old, and it sounded intense. And we're the same age, and so I'm like, man, in like 10 years, 11 years doing all that homework.
Yeah.
But you know what? It is what it is. I'll still here for it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
The thing is, I gotta be here for it. Ain't no choice now. I gotta be here for raising a teenager when I'm almost 60. It's got to. But if I had to choose, like, of course not. I wouldn't have chose like, I want to be almost 60 raising a teenager. Hell no.
Well, these are the cards we have been dealt, and we will deal with them and raise our kids. And look at all the knowledge that you're going to have now for your child to give to them, as you just eloquently said you were not taught. And so now you have all the brain power to teach your kid. I think that's a beautiful thing, right?
Yeah,
right?
I mean, that's the I mean, I'm a realist. You are, being an optimist right now, which you need that sometimes. But I like to take the optimistic side and the pessimistic side, add them together to get that realism But like I said, I think it's important. A lot of people think that because you wanted something and it didn't happen, that you just try to run away with it. It's okay to be honest. Like, this is what I want and it didn't happen. And so,
Right.
because the thing is I'm all about each one teach one. You know, it takes a village to raise a child. Each one teach one. I am my brother's keeper. You know, younger guys that's coming up, you know, I want to get them the game. I want to get them the game so they, you know, make better moves and be better men, period. You know what I mean? And then,
Yeah.
and then, you know, transversely, women out there, get them the game from a male's point of view. Like, this is how men operate. This is how men think. This is how men are moving. You know what I mean? So you're armed and you're equipped. So you know how to, you know how to move yourself. And you know what's happening. Not just because a lot of women just be like, I'm a woman, hear me roar. This is what I want. F men.
Freddie.
It's the patriarchy. The patriarchy is attacking me. It's like, no, the patriarchy ain't attacking you. It's just like
Okay.
like we said last episode. Remember we said
What?
that as a woman, you could tell me like, oh, you a man, you supposed to do that. Like, once you do that, you the man. Women can say that to men, but vice versa, a man can't say you the woman, you do it. That's something a woman's supposed to do. And it's like, that's like
You know
that's
what?
like a bad word now.
I understand that a little bit better these days, because I do think it is a double standard in that you can say, hey, my man better open my door. He better pay for my first meal. He better all this and that. But then if you say, hey, then you better, you know, show up this way. You better do my laundry or whatever. Then it's an issue. But my thing is, like, I don't want to tell anybody that they should or they have to. If it's not coming from them naturally, then I'm just like, oh, okay, well, then maybe you're not the person for me that's giving me the things that I need. Freddie, listen.
I'm listening.
Freddie,
I'm listening
okay,
to you.
all right,
I'm listening. I can
push
react.
back. I saw it. But listen, okay, you just said about being an optimist. And my thing is, and you're saying you're a realist, which I totally understand those two perspectives. However, you also have to be an acceptance of what is, right? So yeah, there are things that maybe in my past, or no, for sure in my past, that I would have done differently, right? But at this point, I can't go back and change it. So that optimism comes in accepting where I am today and moving forward and trying to enjoy, you know, my life now with the knowledge that I have now, versus saying like, oh, I'm trying to be realistic. I may be a dad with a teen and you know, in my 60s, then so be it. That's what happens. And so that's what happens. But I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, right? My mom said, what are you eating, Freddie?
I'm eating Swedish fish. I love Swedish fish. But no, I mean, I was reacting from what you were saying about should and have to. Like, I'm not gonna tell somebody what they have to do. You can do whatever you want. I'm not gonna you can do whatever you want. Everybody out there, you can do whatever you want. But I can tell you what you should do. That is a very valid thing. Like, you should do this because I probably know you want a particular outcome. And I know if you want this outcome, this is what you should do. Now, what you're gonna do is something totally different. But if you do that, it's a high chance you may not get the outcome you want. And that's the person I am.
Right.
It's like, what are the outcomes you want? Because you can have whatever outcome you want, but it's what's the work and what are you gonna do? Are you gonna take accountability for yourself? Most people ain't gonna do that. The truth is a bitter pill to swallow.
I did. Okay, so I had a girlfriend and she was dating this guy who was taking care of her. He was doing everything for her, paying for everything. She was going to Chanel. She was doing the whole nine, right? So he came home from work one day and he's like, hey, like, can you clean the house, or can you make me some food? So she calls me and she's like, oh my God, Drea, he just called me and he said that I'm supposed to da-da-da-da-da. And I actually said to her, I said, hey, you're not doing anything all day. This man is taking care of you. You're getting this lifestyle provided to you. Why would you not have his food ready, or at least at the very least order the to-go food if you're not going to cook it? You know what I mean? I'm just saying. So I'm saying I do understand what you're talking about. Look, she has all day. Maybe she could take a couple cooking classes. I'm not, whatever. But if not, at the very least, she should for sure be, you know, getting the house together. And he said you should. And it would turn out to be one of those situations where she was like, I just can't believe he said that to me, right? And I was like, no, I think I'm going to have to side with him, because what person is going to want to take care of everything on either side and come home and the person at home like, hey, what's up? And you're like, I say, what now? You have to show up and pull your weight. I do agree with that. That I see, Freddie, look, we're on the same page again.
So the thing is that yes, but the thing is, you know this to be true even in nuanced cases like that. We agree there because it's so extreme. That's so flagrant. So it's like, ain't no way to go. Ain't no way to move around and explain that away. But in more nuanced cases, that still holds true. You know, because you got like, you know, relationships are a spectrum. And so the thing is in her case, so many women are triggered by words, and since they just triggered, then once they get triggered, they just you know, because I get it.
It's
Women
true.
are
It's
women
true.
are emotionally women are emotionally led. So it makes sense why you guys will be triggered. That's why it's important as men, we're logically led. And so then we have to logically explain and talk through the situation so she can understand and bring the emotions down. You know what I mean? And be able to explain, like, and because the thing is, if you're logically led, you should do stuff. Before you do it, you should know why you're about to do it. Like, you should be able to enumerate, like, here, boom, 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 boom. This is why I'm doing it. And so when he said that, it's like you want to be measured with your words as well. So, you know, he said that she got triggered. You should be able to, okay, hey, whoa, calm down. You should, because ... But the thing is that,
but her girlfriend in her that she should, and then she could hear it, but he couldn't say you should, because she hears it as you better get in that kitchen. But it's
like submission. It's like the word submission. Women get right. Look at you. Look, you see that little demon that was. We need to pray that demon away. You know, mama. You saw that demon that tried to come out. I said submission, but like, she started.
Demon.
That's that demon. That's that spirit of acting up. See, get that spirit out of you. Once we get that spirit out of you, you're gonna be good to go.
Listen, like my Christina Torres James said, "Hey, Christina, I would totally clean and cook if I was a kept woman." I mean, yeah, I get it. That makes sense. You know, again, we better watch the tone and how we're speaking to me. Okay, that's still a thing, but but he don't look at me like that.
But here's the thing, like a kept woman, like,
and also my tone to him as well. It goes by both ways. I'm not going to be talking to him crazy.
I mean, no, but here's the thing: when women fight with their tone, that's how women create violence. Because because you're not going to beat me up, right? You know, you're not going to do anything to me physically. That's not going to happen. So women fight with this. So women have to really be judicious, have to really look over and be disciplined with their tone, even way more than men, because men have to be like that with our physical, the physicality. Like, we can't be grabbing and doing extra stuff like that, because you know, because right, you see how aggressive of that you are, but vice versa. Because the thing is in the physical realm, there's not a double standard. There's not a 1-for-1 with a man and a woman. Just like verbally, it's not a 1-for-1 between a man and a woman. Women are way more surgical, way more shiesty with their mouths than men are.
Okay, I wanna argue, but I won't, because I agree. Listen, it's just an instinct, you know. I'm just ready. I'm ready for war. The bell is here, ready to go. You know what I mean? Shout out to Troy M. said, "Ring the bell, we're back." You guys also make sure that you are commenting and like and subscribe and follow all of us for the Token of the Truth.
What's your handle? Tell me your handles.
Lady Drea Renee on Instagram. Make sure you follow us, you guys. My mom just wrote below, submission equals commitment. Now, me and my mom may disagree. I don't like the submission word. I'm not a fan of it. It's like, ew, submit.
So also I need to do this. Shout out to my man Troy. He sent the stars on my video. He sent some stars. So, you know, guys, like, share, comment, send the stars. This is how we keep the show going. You know what I mean? That's how we know y'all down with the conversation. You know, you got the traditional man here, and then you got
medicinal
independent woman. Independent woman here.
Modern and traditional. You can do both, ladies. Don't let them tell you that you can't.
You cannot do both. You cannot do both. And so here's the thing. Like, before, I want to say something. Like, I want to do some housekeeping. Like I said, like, share, comment, guys. Hit the stars, share, get the likes up, get the comments up. Guys, I just posted, I know on YouTube, you watching on YouTube, and on my Facebook page, I just posted the link. You want to tap in. Guys, this is an open forum. If you guys want to tap in, you hear something that I say that you want to correct, you want to verbalize it, you can hop in. Same thing with Drea. Drea's saying some stuff that you're not really getting with. You can hop in and you can tap in. So we got the link. This is free and it's an open forum. We definitely want to hear from you guys. Back to the topics. I see what your mom said. I'm gonna definitely address that because she is incorrect. But
Oh, no, 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 no. I like what my mama just said. Okay, that I
No,
can get down with. That's why I
no,
highlighted it. Mom,
no,
do
no,
you hear
no,
this? Do you hear
no.
this?
She's incorrect.
My
So,
mom
but
is correct.
the topics go, Drea.
Okay, well, we can go over the topics in a second. And Christina Torres James also in agreement, you guys. We got myriad topics going on today, but right now we're talking about the word submission in a relationship. We my mom said submission is not bad. Both parties should submit. Now, if we could choose, take out this word submission and use the word compromise, now I'm all in. I'm all in with the word compromise, right?
Yeah, I
Can
mean,
I can
compromise
I get
both
an
parties.
amen?
Compromise both parties should do. You have to do it. You have to.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, we're on
But
the same
submission
page.
isn't compromise. That's something totally different.
What you mean submission isn't compromise? Why not? Go
So
ahead, Freddie, Mr. Sweetie Sweet.
submission, submission. Break down the words. See, I'm a linguist. Like people just be
You did, and I remember what you said.
exactly like people just be saying stuff. That goes back to the Sierra conversation we had last week. If you missed it, it was a great conversation. But people were talking about Sierra dressed on theme, and you guys don't know themes, and she dressed on theme. Then I go look the theme up, and the theme has nothing to do with booty butt ass naked at the award show. Theme had nothing to do with that. And people, everybody was
They
saying
look
theme,
good. Go
didn't know the
Sierra.
theme. They didn't even know the theme. So submission. Let's you like we're English. English is derived from Latin, like a lot of languages are. And so the word submission, you have a prefix and you have the root word sub and then mission, submission. So if you know words, you know sub is under, submarine. Submarine means under the water, right?
Yeah, got it. I'm still with you.
Submerge. That means, duck a human under the water. Under, sub, under. So sub, under. Then the other part is mission. Mission is a directive that you have going forward in life to accomplish a set of tasks, to accomplish a
Okay.
larger goal, right? You're going to a short-term goal and a long-term goal. So submission, getting under the mission, getting under the goal of the leader. So the thing is both people can't submit, because how does both people get up under the mission of each other? That's called chaos. That is called chaos, and that is why divorce rates are going up. Actually, I just saw, it's so many things that are negative nowadays with the advent of social media and the advent of this new age thinking. Divorce is up, mental health is deterioration is up, depression is up, all this types of stuff. But we allow so much stuff because now we're doing better than our parents. We're raising our kids better than our parents, but our kids are 83% more depressed than we were when we were growing up. So make it make sense, but submission. So that means that the submission, the person who submits, gets under the mission of the leader. The leader leads. The leader does not submit. That's like at your job, wherever you guys work.
God, here's his favorite example. Here he goes.
Where you guys work, the CEO of the company does not submit to none of you workers out there.
Freddie.
He leads the company. You submit to his like y'all can submit at work. Everybody got a job here. All y'all go to work and submit.
He's a mini Kevin. Freddie, listen. Yeah, that because you guys you regurgitate Kevin. You do. It's fine. It is.
That's fact. Like that's like, okay, the analogy I want to use what you just said. That's like Einstein said E equals MC squared. And then I say, well, E equals MC squared. And it's like, well, you just regurgitate Albert Einstein. It's a fact. It's true.
Freddie, I understand that. However, I do believe that two people can have a joined mission in a marriage. Yes. And Freddie, here's the thing. I went to dinner with this couple this past week. Amazing couple, married for 29 years. I told them about our podcast. I told them about our different ways of thinking. They both very quickly called some of your ways of thinking antiquated. You do not have to have a situation. And the thing is also, if you want that vibe, if that vibe works for you, go ahead, do it. Submit to your man, do the things. It's all good. It doesn't have to be for everyone. I'm not necessarily saying it's wrong. It just doesn't fit for
me. Why do you keep saying I'm saying this for every single soul in the world? It's a standard. Like last episode, like I said, referencing last episode.
It's a standard, Freddie. Even you saying it's a standard.
It's like now with anything, it's a standard. Some people will find something to do their own thing. They'll do their own thing and they'll live through life and it works for them. But generally speaking, if you look at any company, have one CEO. I've said this like, well, I think 2 or 3 episodes before. You have to have one leader. You can't have a group of leaders like, oh, we all gonna lead. No, because when you driving that car, you get to a fork in the road. It's like, we going right or left. Which way we going? If you saying go left and I say go right, which way we gonna go?
Two people start a company, Freddie. Two people start a company. They're both starting the company. They're both CEOs. They're both getting it done. Starting it. Yeah.
And then who leads it?
Everybody has their ideas and they're doing the thing. I don't know. I'm just saying that these things do happen, Freddie.
No, they start a company. Two people start a marriage, and then somebody leads it. I already gave you the example of Ben and Jerry's. You know Ben and Jerry's, right?
I know the Ben and Jerry's.
Exactly. Ben and Jerry started the company, but then Ben was the leader.
I appreciate your idea of a standard of marriage. There you go.
Ben was the leader. Jerry was not the leader. They both started it.
Okay. But okay, if a woman's leading, is this a bad situation?
I won't say inherently it's a bad situation. What I will say is that
my mom.
What I will say is that, you know, if a woman is leading a man, there are some issues that will come up. So you have to understand what's going to happen. So, for example, going back to the example you said earlier about the woman who her husband, you know, he takes care of everything and she's at the house, but she wasn't doing anything.
They weren't even married yet, by the way. They weren't married.
They weren't even right. They weren't even married. But the thing is men are okay with that. Men are fine. Men won't look at the woman as a deadbeat or anything like that. He just like, yo, can you cook something? Can you do something? Like, I'm literally taking care of you like a child. He just didn't want to he didn't want to start looking at her like an obligation or a child. He wanted her to show up in the relationship from her feminine place. Wanted to show up from that place. Vice versa. A woman goes out and work, earns the check and money. She paying for everything, and she's paying for this man to shop, and he just sitting at the crib. He could be cooking every now and again. It's still there still would be an issue. Still would be an issue because one, like I said before, women are way more sharper with their words than men are. And so with that being said, some things will be said that he will get totally emasculated and get his balls chopped off in front of his face and held in front of his face and dangled. And he will have to come to a realization to where his whole being as a man would get cored out because the way she would talk to him.
I feel like in the situation like that, communication would be key, right? Because these natural dynamics that you think, oh, like you said, the man's not going to think less of the woman. He actually did say these things to her, like, hey, you're lazy, you're sitting on the couch, you're not doing anything, you better get up, you got to get out there and do something. He did say these things,
right? Because she wasn't doing anything. She was just laid up. That's my point. What I'm saying is, you flip it, and the man, he's there, but he's not just being totally lazy, but he cooks every now and again, you know, cleans the house. Like, there will come a time, and he live in her house, there will come a time where she will straight bitch this man out. She will talk to him like the bitch that he is.
Oh my God. But if two people agree on this, Freddie, and they're trying to make this situation that they've both agreed on work, then so be it. I do believe that there are situations, yes, this is going to be probably an issue, right? But I think it could be an issue on both sides. I don't think anybody wants their partner sitting there all day. They don't.
No, I'm not talking about the person you with ain't doing nothing. We're not talking about. I'm talking about like one person is the breadwinner. They are providing all the resources for everything, and the other person is just at home and they cook every now and again and they clean up.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Like if that was a man providing all the resources and the woman was doing that, he would never go to her and be like, "Oh, you lazy, you ain't doing nothing," or whatever like that. And he'd be like, "You know, you a housewife. That's called a housewife. She will be a housewife, and that will be life, and they will continue on. Vice versa." What?
It happens. I'm not saying it's ideal.
No, but thing is, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm not disputing the communication part, but what I'm saying is that will present problems because the housewife with her husband, the husband's not gonna go and tear her down verbally based off the wait, listen. I'm not talking about outlier areas where he's just a verbal abuser. I'm talking about based off the roles, based strictly off the roles. Like he is not a verbal abuser, but just based off the roles, he starts tearing her down because she doesn't earn any money. Vice versa, it's a high likelihood that woman will start tearing that man down because he's just in the house and he just cleans up and cooks food.
I mean, I think what ends up happening in those situations, if you do agree on that, I think if you do get into some sort of discord, it may hit a little bit harder if you are the one bringing home all the bacon. But then again, same thing, friends of mine that are in certain situations, and it can change the dynamic of a relationship. It just does. That's why I always say, if somebody came to me and said, Drea, hey babe, you know what? You don't have to work anymore. I'd be like, cool, but I'm still going to do something and bring some sort of finances into the home some way. I would never.
And so they, like, you just saw, like, you because you brought up her comment earlier. She said, I'm mini Kevin. You thought she was on your side, but she said, unless he's sick, I don't want to take care of no man. So
I'm not saying I want to, but I will.
But no, what I'm saying is, Valencia here, I mean, obviously, she doesn't want to. She doesn't even want to. That's not an option that she wants to. And that's what I'm saying. Most, generally speaking, women do not want to take care of a man.
I agree.
But generally speaking, a man will take care of a woman. Like, it's like me. I have no problem with that. I'm making money. Like, okay, boom. You want to be a housewife? Be a housewife. If you want to. But the thing is that also, with that being said, I don't, because you say I imply stuff. I am not trying to imply that the woman can't work. She has to be home barefoot, pregnant. But what I am saying is that a woman should have an option. She should have an option if she wants to work. I want to work. Okay, well, work. But the thing is that what I say all the time, the house is the man, the home is the woman's. The woman rules the home, the man rules the house. And that's what I like to go by, because that's why they call housewives homemakers. She makes the home. So when people come in and they putting cups down, they doing stuff to the home, the man, like Jim, that's why normally you see the man like, hey, my wife going, hey, like, don't look at me. Like, hey, can I do this? Nah, you gotta ask my wife. You gotta ask my wife. You gotta ask my wife.
I get it.
She runs the home. She makes the home.
I get it. But some of these, listen, we're on the same page today. I think it's a miracle. We'll ring the bell again.
Let's ring the bell for your sister, who she agree with. Okay.
Oh, I know my sister agrees with you. My sister is newly engaged. Congratulations, Sissy.
Shout out to Sissy.
Shout out
right here, Troy. As a married man for 15 years, I've learned that my wife allows me to lead our family, and when men understand that women allow us to lead, I believe there will be a strong marriage. Right. And so that's the thing, like, when you have because like that's the whole thing with getting married. Like I've said this before, women, you choose the leader. You choose what man you want to give your time to by going on dates and spending time with him and being in a relationship and letting him access your body. You choose that. If you meet a man who you see he's not a leader, or he's leading in a place that I don't want to go, then you don't date him. You don't give him access to your body.
You know what it is? I think some of this, like I've said this on our podcast before, I think it's a semantics thing, because some of these things,
it's not semantics
to me, sir. To me, it's a bit of a semantic thing. Okay.
Yeah, I know. Words, you triggered by words like this.
Yeah, I don't these triggering words for me, because some of these things I have done, right? But there's no labeling of these things. It's not.
What do you mean? Some things you've done. What do you mean?
There's not attention called to these things where it's like, oh, you let a man lead, or you let the man do X, Y, and Z, right? And in certain situations, I'm thinking about this as you're speaking, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I've been in relationships before where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let him take the lead on this, and whatever. But like I said, it's not been a situation for me where there's these like hardcore ideas of I'm the man, you're the woman, you do this, I do this. Like you can
go into the voices.
These things just sort of organically happen, and that's more of my way. My mom said, "Don't trigger." Shout out to mom. I love my mom, but Freddie, I will say my mom. My mom's mostly Team Freddie on some of these things, and I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay with that. I get it.
You got to be okay with it.
I'm fine with it.
Okay with it. But here's the thing: it's structure. People normally scoff at structure because then you start. It's especially we live in a time of FOMO is at its highest. It will continue. It will continue to grow because of social media, which I say all the time. Social media, ironically, is going to be the downfall of
100%.
Our civilization.
Absolutely.
And so the thing is, it's FOMO. And so when you have structure, you have this fear of missing out of stuff that falls outside the box of the structure because you feel like, well, that might be good. And what does that remind you of? This reminds me of the Garden of Eden. God said, eat of every tree, but don't eat of this tree. Adam and Eve was like, the devil came like, nigga, but look at this tree. Look at that water glistening off that fruit, man. Go on, take a little bite, man. Look, live your life. Like, you just live. Like you ain't got to do it. I mean, he made you in his image. He trusted you. Come on, take a little bite. took a little bite,
Well,
and then bang, look what happened.
and that I
So
feel like that's social media now. It's social media for
But
sure.
that's structure, and like I said, you people have to learn how to respect structure, understand, have faith. People lack faith. Everybody got to see it with their own eyes. But a lot of times when you're in relationships with somebody, you have to have faith in your partner. You have to have faith
100%. You
because
absolutely
without
do.
faith, it's impossible to please someone. We heard that, I say different biblical stuff, and God made us in His image. Without faith, it's impossible to please God. Without faith, the same thing. It's impossible to please the other person, but we don't live in that world, and so we don't trust the structure. But women will choose leaders and then don't want to be led, and it's
You see
like,
what Troy M said, but you see who the serpent talked to first, though. Okay, Troy.
right, the
Okay.
emotions. He knew he can
Okay.
go to the woman and play on the emotions. Like, girl,
Okay.
look, the girl, don't let Adam subjugate you and have you down. Like, he just lording over you, girl. You could do what you want. This is a new
I'm
age.
done.
Women are powerful, girl. You equal. You ain't gotta wait on him. You ain't gotta listen to him. Eat this
No.
fruit, girl.
No.
But
Listen,
Eve still was like, I gotta talk to Adam. Then she pulled
she
up on
did.
Adam. She pulled up on Adam. She was naked. She like, baby, I mean, woo, woo,
Oh
woo,
my
woo.
God,
I mean,
Freddie.
come on, baby. Let's look. We can lay back and eat on this apple and let the juice drip all over our bodies, and you
Okay,
can
that's
suck it
enough.
off me and
That's
all that.
enough.
And that's usually what happened. If you notice, that's been the case of relationship. Like, so going back to your friends that said I'm antiquated and they married, more than
Freddie,
likely,
you got some haters on you right now. You do.
listen,
You do.
more than likely, the guy deep down he agree with me, but he don't feel like dealing with his wife. He like, no, if I say it, then I got to deal with her. Like, what? Look, I'm trying to have peace over here. I don't look. I'm pick my battles. He right, but that ain't gonna do nothing for me. So I'm just not gonna say nothing. Yeah, baby, he
I
antiquated.
mean,
Yep. Yeah. Oh
honestly,
yeah.
you know
He
what?
living in old
There
time.
is there definitely probably is a lot of that because now with the height of Andrew Tate and Kevin Samuels coming out, a lot of men haven't even been having these conversations and now they're at the top of everything. So I'm seeing that, yeah, more men sort of do have these views and they just haven't said anything about them for a long time. But I just wanted to highlight what my mom just said. Again, when a man leads, he respects his wife's opinion. Decisions are made together. Decisions are made together. I like that.
Yes,
And I'm with you on the first part.
decisions are made together, but
Yes.
somebody has to have the final word to make
What do
this is what we're
you
doing.
mean? There's situations where it's like, hey, I'm not really sure I want to do that, but okay, I'm gonna just let you lead on this. And I think that can go for both parties. A woman can be like, babe, I really want to do this. And he's like, all right, well, cool. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, that happens all the time. But the thing is as the leader, you assume responsibility.
I can't agree with that.
Yes.
I don't agree with
Yes. What?
that.
So okay, let me ask you this. Think about a job. Everybody out there, think about a job you had.
Job as the example all the time, like it's like it's a business, which I understand.
That's what marriage is.
I get it, but I don't agree with putting these two things parallel side by side. I don't.
You agree, but you don't. What?
I said I don't agree with putting those two things parallel. I don't.
Marriage is a business.
Yeah, I said no. I know some people.
Marriage is an actual like the same thing as starting a small business.
So you're saying if the woman says, babe, we're going to do this, and at the end of the day, the man has to take the responsibility for saying
if he's the leader, yes. He's the CEO. It's just like at your company. If you do something wrong and that mess the company up, the CEO can fire you, but he still got to go fix it.
I mean, I understand what you're saying. I just don't
like you don't gotta go fix it. You ain't gotta like, okay, guys, get up there to press conference and do damage control and do all that.
Like that. I don't see situations landing like that. I feel like, okay, what is Troy saying? Freddie, oh good, my mom disagrees with you finally. Absolutely. If I made a decision and it was my wife's idea and it fell flat, I have to take the L in public to cover my wife. I mean, yeah,
yes. If you're the leader and it falls flat in public, the leader should step up and be like, "Hey guys, it was my fault. I'm sorry. We'll get it together."
Why can't the wife do that? Why can't I be like, you know what? It was me. I'm the one who said that we should do this. So,
okay. But because for one, you don't know what we don't know the stipulation. Somebody might have gotten mad, so something happened. You step up. It's my fault, and then that person come punch you.
Why is it always okay? This is the whole thing right now that's going on in social media. Everybody is immediately going to this violent thing. Like all this violence is happening. This
what do you mean?
Hypothetical violence. Like, no one's getting into this many fights. I just think it's ridiculous. Everyone's like, oh, if somebody comes up to us with a gun.
Drea, what world do you live in?
I'm just saying it's just not happening.
Drea, there are multiple IG profiles that are just fights.
I'm just saying a lot of men are using this, and I think it's ridiculous. I just think it's ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous.
People get into fights, multiple fights every day.
Who's getting into fights? When's the last time you got into a fight? I mean, come on. You know what? That brings us to the clip. Freddie,
What?
That brings us to the clip from Captain America and Wendy Williams. Okay. He talks about this in the Instagram. Let me see if I can properly bring this up. I mean, it's ridiculous. Every guy keeps saying this these days. Oh, if we get into a fight, I'm like, okay.
There are several IG profiles all about fights. All about fights,
Freddie, but it's like, I don't know. It's like the woman's just getting attacked every second in hypothetical things. For
example, I was out with a girl one time on the train, and she's like, we had like to-go cups from a bar, and she had dropped a little bit of her drink, and the dude didn't see who dropped it. Well, I'm supposed to be like, oh, she's supposed to stand up like that was me who dropped it. No. The dude stood up. Was like, yo, what the F? I was like, I said my fault. That's my fault, man. I didn't mean, I stepped in and stepped in front of her as the leader in that situation. I'm not going to have her. She did it.
Of course, that makes sense.
That's my point. If she was the leader, then she need to step up like that was me or whatever like that.
No.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. You don't get to pick and choose when you're the leader. You're the leader all the time.
I think it can go
exactly. See, and that goes back to what I was saying earlier. Women want to be the leader, but when it suits them, like, okay, I'm comfortable. I want to be the leader here now because I get benefits. Now I'm in danger. No. As the man, hey, you the man, step up. You the leader.
It's just like, to me, these things organically happen. Situations come up, and you figure them out together. Yes, if we're at a bar and some huge guy is trying to fight me, then I would like to think that my man's going to step in, right?
Oh, now you don't want to be leader, right? Exactly.
What if I'm with my girlfriends and a guy tries to do the same thing? It's like, everybody's probably going to have a whole fight there too.
That's not a relate. We're not talking about that's your friendship. I'm not talking. I'm talking about a relationship with you and your man. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
What if I'm at the bar with my dog? I'm walking my dog and my cat, and somebody try to. Like, I don't know, Drea. Maybe a dog. You got a Doberman. You got a French bulldog.
So he's probably not. We need to hook our girl up with a good. Oh, thanks, Troy. You're sweet. I get it, Troy. I hear you.
Hey, Troy, I actually said that a couple of Drea needs the man that's like.
I have had tastes of that, and I'm not gonna lie, I like it. It's cool, but I'm just saying.
I'm not gonna lie, I do. I've had taste, but thing is, you've had little taste when you get a meal of it. When you get matter of fact, let me tell this quick story. It was a young lady. I was dating for a quick second. I met her when I was engaged at Afro Punk. Met her there, and then but obviously I didn't talk to her because I was with somebody. But then called that off, and then we started talking. And when we would start talking, she was like similar to you, very when it comes to like submission and she was very combative against all of that. She was like, no, because she had her own business. She was a co-op professor. She making money. She doing her thing. And we used to have these conversations all the time on the phone. I wish we could record it.
I love it. And I know, Freddie, you went in on these conversations.
I mean, it was a couple times. We were like, you remember what? I think it was episode 2 or 3. You got mad. I made you mad on this. And you was ready to fight. You was ready to knuck if you buck. But so like me and her, we was like that. We would be on the phone screaming, and she started cursing, all the type of stuff. And I would tell her, like, look, you got to be more submission. You got to understand what submission is and how to submit to a man to get under his program. But you're not finding that yet. And she was also dealing with some family stuff. She was dealing with some family stuff. She didn't grow up with her dad. Her dad wasn't there. So then you got that part. She just grew up with her mom. Her mom had different situations or whatever going on. But long story short, I told all that she used to fight. She met a guy. Next thing I know, she the most submissive woman I've ever met. And here's the thing. I can't remember what she said, but it caught what I said hooked. She heard what I was saying, and then after a while it hooked, then I would talk to her and I would notice a more feminine woman. She was less combative. Her combativeness started to drop. And I actually committed her. I was like, yo, like, I really like what I'm hearing. Like you're growing as a woman. Like, it seems like you're really serious about being with a man now and presenting yourself properly. And she was like, yeah, I'm learning and all this type. You know, we had the whole conversation. I kid you not. 6 months later, she with a man. Kid you not. 9 months later, she engaged. Kid you not. 9 months later, she married. She is now married, and then now she's about to give birth to their first child. She is beaming, glowing, loving life.
Amazing.
Like
good for her.
I just talked to her. I talked to her right after she got married, and I was like, you know, probably, you know, I'm not gonna talk to you anymore, but just wanted to congratulate you. And, you know, just tell you how proud of, I want to let her know how proud of her I was. And I was just so happy for her that she went through all this. And I'm talking to her like the joy and the happy. I never heard her, like, because we used to have conversations about her and her family stuff she was going through, like real conversations. This was the happiest. I mean, by far. And I almost cried. I ain't gonna lie, I almost cried on the phone.
Well, good for her. I appreciate that story for her. I think that's beautiful. As long as she feels like she's being, listen, I do. I think it's great. It's wonderful.
No, I'm laughing at you. I appreciate that for her. That's a good story for her.
I appreciate that for her.
For her. But as for me, you know.
Listen, my light is bright. And as long as you're not trying to dim my light, I'm in.
Why do women say that? Why do independent women say that? You trying to dim my light?
I just don't want my light dimmed, you know, because
you're like every time you go to work, you dim your light.
Because it sounds as if you're saying I'm going to be less Drea. But let's get into our topics. We're 40 minutes in. We got to get into it because me and Freddie B can go at it. Okay. So
before we get into topic, guys, you can tap in. Got the link. If you want a link, guys, we want to hear from you. So feel free to tap in. Got the link. You click the link. You can pop right in and you can drop your knowledge on the crew and hop in and let us know what you guys thought. I'm gonna drop the link again in the comments. So guys, we definitely want to hear from you, Drea.
Yes. How do I drop the link, Freddie? God, I don't remember.
You go to invite and then the link will come up, hit copy, and then you just paste it wherever you want to paste it.
Invite? Oh, okay. Okay, thanks. You guys, I'm still figuring out how to use StreamYard. Oh, my sister, you know what? My sister's a great example of that. She just wrote in the comments that she was a big roar. And then now she's with someone who's making her feel like a lady. I will say she's definitely softer these days. And I am happy for her. I am very happy for her.
Is that a good or bad thing?
I think it's great. Because my sister came with a lot of I don't have all the maybe it's in a different way. Maybe I do. Alicia, do you think I have all that? Freddie, don't fix your face like that. Okay.
What do you have what?
I don't think it's that bad. However, some may say differently. Okay, let me see if I can make this work. How to present my screen here to show you guys this clip from my sister put the zipped mouth. I love it. Okay, let's see.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, your sister might got some things to teach you. Young sis got to put old sister on the game.
Anyway, thank you.
Oh, she said y'all switch places. So at one point in time, keep working on your thing as I talk. Like you getting sidetracked, and we're gonna be all day for you to pull this thing up. She said y'all switch places. So I'm like, Drea was soft, and like the thing is
I am soft. I am.
Drea you can see the femininity, but it's just things that are over top that's blocking her from her true blessing.
Oh, thank you, Freddie. I appreciate this. This is the therapy session with Freddie B. Right? Okay, wait. Present.
I actually do life coaching, man. I've been helping lots of people find their like I said, the girl I mentioned and a few other people, and even men too. You know, I talk to men too. You know what I mean? Because obviously that's important. You know what I mean? But me, I'm all about like if I'm talking to you, I'm talking to you. And so, a lot of people, it can be kind of jarring because you feel like, is it all my fault? Like, no, it's not all your fault, but the other people's fault, it is that can factor into it. They ain't not on the call. So ain't no point in me talking about them. Let's talk about you. Let's get you together, make sure that you good, that you can go out and you can hop in this dating game and you can move correctly.
In your life coaching, you're talking about.
Correct.
Okay, so it won't come up because it's on Safari and it won't come up on Chrome. So I don't know if you have it on your Instagram to pull it up. because it will not, for some reason, straight on Chrome won't let me show the Safari clip. But we have this great clip, you guys, from
Well,
Wendy
if you
Williams.
got it on Safari, just pull it up in Chrome.
No, but it won't. It won't let me. Every time I
You
try
ain't got
to
the URL clip?
Oh, but it's on Instagram.
Instagram has a URL.
Well, where is that at, Freddie?
Everything on the internet has a URL.
Thanks, Freddie. Okay.
Everything. So if you go to a post,
Okay.
the 3 dots at the top,
Okay,
it'll say copy link. And then you just hit copy link, and then you post that where you would like it to come up.
Okay, let's see.
Your mom said Freddie, my baby, is a good catch. Yeah, Drea is a good catch. Drea is definitely a good catch. We won't debate that. You know, Drea is driven. Drea works. Drea can make things happen. So Drea will be a great asset to some fabulous leader out there. But it's just, will Drea choose? It's a choice with Drea. Whenever Drea decide to get out the drug game and be the boss that she was created to be.
Anyway, okay, guys, this is the clip. Can we see it?
Yeah, let's full screen it.
Okay.
You got it. I can't hear nothing. You gotta.
Hold on. Is the volume on? How do I turn the volume?
I can't hear nothing.
Wait, there we go.
I am with you. I think so. You make daddy a
okay, guys. This is the clip.
Sandwich.
Okay, we're gonna play this one more time. I love it.
If he wants a sandwich,
you make daddy a sandwich.
Most of the time.
No. Let me ask you this. Well, okay, let me ask you this. If me and you out and somebody say something slick to you,
you punch him in the face.
You want me to smack him in his mouth, right?
Right.
So if I take you on a date and I say, look, baby, we gonna go Dutch.
No.
Exactly. If we walking up to the car and I don't open your car door, what do you say?
Open the door.
You better believe it.
Yeah, no, I am with you. I think
so. You make daddy a sandwich.
I think.
Oh my God. I mean,
and look, I need to make this disclaimer. This clip Drea found and wanted to play. This ain't me.
I did find this clip and I thought it was interesting. And once he explained it that way with a couple things, that's why I said what I said earlier about women should X, Y, and Z. I'm like, all right, fine, I guess. Like Wendy Williams said. But I know when you said it like that, I was like, oh, because I'm like, yeah, open my door. But why you gotta say it like that? I'm not gonna say open my door. I'm just gonna hope that you open the door, and then I will gladly, from my heart, make you a sandwich or taco. Corey G says.
And then I would gladly, from my heart, once I see that you are doing, then I will.
I mean, it's reciprocity. It's on both ends. If you're not giving me emotionally, then why am I going to be making you?
The thing is, here's the thing: like, you lead with love. If you're not going into a relationship with good faith, you're not ready for a relationship.
What are you talking about, Freddie? If a guy's not treating you a certain way, why am I going to show?
I didn't say that. The thing is that. What you said was once he does that, then I'll make a sandwich. The thing is,
I'm saying reciprocity, Freddie. If both
and I get that's standard. That goes without saying. Yeah. Like that goes back to your guy who's doing everything and the chick ain't doing nothing. That's that's like saying that, Fred, make sure when you wake up you breathe. Like that goes without saying. So any relationship, reciprocity is like breathing. That's just a part of it. But going into a relationship with good faith means I'm going into a relationship to make daddy a sandwich. Like I already got that plan. I'm already planning to submit. I'm ready to submit. I'm coming to make him a sandwich. I'm coming into a relationship to do that. It's not you come into a relationship like I'll see first, because here's the thing. Vice versa. What if the man is thinking that? Well, I'll open the doors, I'll pay everything. Once I see that she gonna cook me something.
This is the dating phase that I'm talking about, Freddie.
Y'all at a standoff. Right?
Once you're in the relationship and you both agreed that, hey, you're gonna be my man, you're gonna be my woman. Yeah, I think these things come naturally. You just do them because you want to be with the person and you want to make them happy and all those things. I absolutely agree with that. But what I'm saying is just getting to know someone, right? Like you coming at the gate and you're dating, you're in the courting phase, you're kind of seeing how everybody stands. Once you've made the decision to be in a relationship, then yeah, I think these things come naturally and you do them. However, whatever it means for you, whatever your love language is, if it's
whatever it means, whatever in the zeitgeist it means.
Metaphor. the sandwich is a metaphor, injury's done, or whatever. It could mean lots of things.
So, but here's also a thing to like what you said, come into relationship, you're not gonna do it in just the dating phase. But a lot of the stuff he mentioned, men gotta out the gate be doing. Oh, you see now you see kind of the raw deal that men walk into a relationship with. It's a bit of a raw deal. Like everything he named, the man gotta be doing out the gate. He gotta be, somebody say some first date. If you're on a date with a guy, first date, somebody say something slick to you and he look away, you'll be like, oh, ain't no more dates. Hey, where you at? Like, bro, this is what we doing?
But listen, I have been one of those women. I am one of those women that come out of the gate leading with love, being sweet, doing those things that people think you're doing too much, right? So I have been.
What do you mean you come out leading with love, doing sweet things?
I'm
what
saying
does that mean?
leading with love, going into it with an open heart, coming out the gate, opening the metaphorical door, all the things that women think that men should do. I'm coming out of the gate just being Drea, coming with an open heart, leading. I'm not talking about this, we don't agree on this whole submission thing because that's your one idea of that's how it has to be.
Right. That's what I want to hear. Like, how are you coming to a relationship with good faith?
You only have one idea of what a relationship is supposed to look like.
That's why I'm asking for yours.
You do that. But I'm saying I go into a relationship, even dating, especially if I'm going on multiple dates with someone, I obviously like them. I'm showing up, doing kind things, leading with love, trying to be open, listening to them, having them listen to me and getting to know each other. That's my idea of going on a journey of being in a relationship. All this stuff about, oh, I got to sit here and, not be combative and be docile and all that stuff. I mean, no, I'm going to be Drea and you show up and you be you. And I hope that we can be parallel and go together. That's how I roll. You do your thing. I do my thing. No, Troy, I will make the sandwich. I'll make the sandwich, Troy. Troy, the sandwich is being made, okay?
Okay, yeah, because here's the thing. I was saying specific things that a man should or has to do out the gate to get more dates, subsequent dates with a woman. I was asking you specific. You just said leading with love and being nice. What does that mean?
I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole of things I've done. I'm not in the mood.
No, I'm not saying things. I'm just saying we'll say women, like out the gate, like what is being nice? Like, what does that mean? Because being nice is relative. What being nice to you could be different for another chick. What are some actual quantifiable things?
When there is a double standard in that regard, for sure. Like there are certain things, but I don't know what a man's expectations are. She got to look a certain way.
Wow! Look,
men have them too. Conversation, education level, those things matter.
Interesting, Drea. Interesting. Now you see how double standards work. Interesting. Now you see at men's mind are different from women.
I know how double standards work. I definitely know how double standards work. But some men go into this in acceptance. They're like, this is what it is. And if I'm going to go out there and date a woman, this is just what it is. Okay? That's just what it is. And you move on. And then you'll get your sandwich.
That is interesting that, now that men and women are different people and think differently.
What does that mean? We do think differently, but that does nothing to do with the leading thing, Freddie. I'm not going to give that to you. I'm not going to.
I wasn't talking about that, but because I'm speaking more so from subsequent conversations we've had in past episodes when we talk about what the sexes value. Men don't value the same thing women value, but women want men to value the same thing you guys value in relationships.
Well, people are just different, Freddie. Men, women, you can meet 3 men. They're all gonna maybe want something differently. It's not all.
I'm speaking generally. I'm not talking about like this guy like pretty feet and this guy like pretty nails. I'm talking about generally speaking, general things.
Troy, men are spaghetti and women are waffles.
Couldn't be any differently.
Sure, but you have to figure it out if you're a heterosexual person.
Right. And what I mean by generally speaking, the older a woman gets, the value for her value towards a man decreases.
These comments, I think, are really damaging, and I'm really tired of hearing these kind of comments because they're ridiculous. I'm sorry.
No, I get it. I get it.
Because I think there's so many women, if you're a woman out there watching, do not listen to that. Because this is saying to you, basically, as you get older as a woman, then, it's just, you know, it's just late for you. It's over for you. You should just shrivel up and die if you haven't
No.
found a husband.
No.
Freddie, stop. I am not going to let you continue because I'm tired of hearing that. I'm really tired of hearing that.
I am not saying that.
Yeah. Yep.
I am not saying women should shrivel up and die.
Your value is only based in your 20s. And as you get older, ladies, your value just goes down because men only value beauty. That's all.
I didn't say that. I didn't say a man only value. There are other things that men value, but that is a major part to how a man is looking at a mate. Now, I'm not talking about your value in life, in the world, to the world at large. It's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about on the sexual marketplace. The sexual marketplace.
Yes, because men are visual, but there are all different kinds of men in this world. Yes, men are visual. I absolutely agree. But there are all different kinds of men in this world. And I am not going to sit here and let women listening, make them feel bad if you're older and telling them that their value is changing because men only value young women and all that. No,
I said that. I didn't say men only value. Is generally speaking. Do you have caveats? Yes, you have caveats in there. Yes. But I think anybody would tell you that if you are a 40-year-old woman and you meet a 23-year-old man, you probably shouldn't date him. You're probably gonna be wasting your time.
There's many reasons why you shouldn't date that. Yeah, that's probably not.
Probably wasting your time. And because, as it pertains to men, where our value lies.
No, our value probably be dating a 23-year-old. Absolutely not.
Right, because a 23-year-old man doesn't have much value in a relationship to a woman.
I mean, personally, for me, probably not in terms of your mental state.
And personally, for a lot of women, a 20-year-old man doesn't have much value.
No, but a 30-year-old could. Still, again, big age difference, but it's possible. 23 is extreme.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that same man, as he gets older, he gains more things, but also is tied to his resource ability.
Sure.
It's tied to his resources. Now, men, our value is more so tied to our resources and our governing and wisdom. That's how we increase in value.
A man, his serenity in some situations is directly tied to finances and their job situation. And a man,
right. I don't want to say directly finance. I'd like to say resources, because you can have one man that makes $300K, another man that makes $200K, but the man makes $200K, he has more resources than the $300K man. So it's not not directly finance, more resources. And so same thing. The honest truth with a man is the less resources you have, your value diminishes as it pertains to women.
But what about these women, Freddie? And we're getting way off all of our topics today. What about these women? There's so many women that are holding men down. And I'm not saying that they should or shouldn't, but there's so many women who stay in these relationships. They're the ride or die chicks. They see the potential and they're hanging in there. Whoa, I'm just saying, I'm not saying that they should, but I'm saying there are women in these situations that it doesn't, all this stuff that you're talking about. And some of them, they figure it out. They wait for the potential. It happens. And sometimes it doesn't. But there are women who do that.
They are fools.
Okay. No,
you said the P word. You said the P word. If you're a woman, potential. Yes. If you're a woman, a woman marrying a man on potential, you are a fool. You're a fool. A fool is made every day. A fool is made every day.
You know what? Because it is difficult dating, this is how this stuff ends up happening too. It's not like you find these men, and it doesn't matter what age you are. You be 24, you be 34, you be 44. You know what I'm saying? It's all the same. Like finding someone that you connect with, you find all these amazing things about this person. And then there's these other things where you're like, oh, this is, there's always a but for every single person that you date. There's always a but. Always.
Yeah, I mean, there's exceptions to every rule, but like I said, going back to what I was saying earlier, you want to put yourself in the best position possible to acquire the things that you want. You don't want to live off the the exception. Totally. I don't want to live off, but this person did it. Like, no, I want to live off. I want to put myself in a position where I'm in a position where the majority of people who are in my position accomplish what I wanted to accomplish.
Yes. I understand that.
And that is why I say the things that I say, because at the end of the day, it's the truth. The truth is a bitter pill to swallow. So I don't expect people to hear what I'm saying. Like, oh, okay. Ooh, that was so great. Yay. So, like a lot of stuff is going to be like, ooh. Because if you notice when I said it, a lot of men was like, this nigga telling the truth. But then, and a lot of men ain't going to say that because they still want some vagina. Me, I don't care if I get vagina or not because,
No, Freddie, I will say you're a stand-up guy. But Freddie, we got to get onto our topics today.
Okay, go ahead.
I sent you the Instagram video of the guy saying that you should not post your partner on social media. I know this is a super hot topic for my mom. My mom is like, who cares about social media? But this is like the crux of a lot of arguments in today's age in dating. Okay, let's pull this up for you guys now that I've learned to use the 3 dots and copy the link. Okay, one moment.
Drea mama, this is why Drea is a good catch. Look, she learned. You see how she learned in front of my very eyes?
For ready B. Do not. No, sir.
She was able to listen and take direction, and she learned. She got it.
That word listen and submission. I am not for that. No thanks. Okay. This is the video, you guys. Hold on. Let me pull it up. I'm gonna present.
So she's about to pull up this video. This is about should you post? Talk about posting your boo on social media.
Yes. Okay. Share. Okay.
We're like audibly talking herself through all this.
As long as you never post anything else from your account.
No, if you're posting where you eat, if you're posting where you go to sleep, if you're posting all these different things, then your cousin.
Okay, wait.
I think, and I'm a big proponent of this, social media has created rules that I don't have to accept. Social media is not real. Those are not my friends. And I'm not required to produce to social media all of who I am. Now, if I'm out with my friends and I don't bring you, they don't know we're dating. Nobody in my real world knows that's a problem.
I think that's the big part.
But if you ain't on Instagram, we ain't that shallow. We gonna be all right.
Oh. Okay. Freddie.
I mean, he pretty much echo. I mean, I am not one. If you dating me, don't expect to have a bunch of posts for me and you booed up and then like.
That really, ain't Freddie.
I'm
shocked to hear you say that.
Because here's the thing, man. Especially, maybe if I wasn't in entertainment, maybe it might be a little bit different. But especially being entertainment, that puts a bullseye on my boo back. You know, because like I said before, I know I'm a man. I know how men get down. I know how they operate because I'm a man. I've been around them. I am one. I know all those types of things. I know like little small things that a woman will totally miss, but I know what the hell he mean by it. Vice versa. Same thing with women. Women see women like, no. Look, I know about she likes you, Freddie. She like what the hell are we doing? So you're gonna like women do all like that. Same difference, right? So the thing is that I'm Freddie B. So if I'm with a chick, you know she's gonna be prime time. You know she's gonna be attractive.
There's that Sag energy. I'll shout
out.
You know
what I mean? Like you know she's gonna be a hitter. You know she's gonna be prime time, and so that's just is what it is. So I post on my social media now. Now all the guys who follow me, a few who are actually my guy, and then a bunch of them who are not my guys. They see who I'm with. Now it's a target on her back. Now they're like, okay, I want to shoot at her because. Thing is that's also part of male ego because now they want to follow her. They want to drop like little eyes and hearts. Oh, you looking, try to ease in and then try to take advantage of like, okay, the time I'm gonna make you mad, right? You know, we in a relationship. So you gonna get mad at me and you gonna sometimes second guess like shit we be in a relationship. That's gonna pop into your head. And then that's when the guys really try to like ease in there just to be a friend and then dropping DMs like, oh, Queen, you looking so great today. Like, oh, yeah, man. I mean, so what Fred said on the podcast, like, it's just, I mean, that's just a lot. I just believe in you living your life and you being free. You know, you ain't got to submit. Like, you could be the strong woman that you are and live your life. Like, don't let Freddie B, don't let him dim your shine. You know, like, hey, look, let's get a drink. Let's talk more about it. And then next thing you know, you're in a weird situation. But so I'll post you. I'm like Issa Rae. I love Issa Rae.
I love Issa Rae.
I love Issa Rae. She didn't post her husband until they was married.
Okay, now look, my opinion on that is I don't think you need to post all the pictures, all the things. You know, some people do stuff where they'll block out the face, maybe tag them, but they show that they are in a relationship on some level. If you don't post anything ever, look, we're a little bit different. We're like wanting to be in the public eye. We're entertainers. This is a little bit of a different situation. But generally speaking, if you're just the average Joe going to work 9 to 5, not that there's anything wrong with that, do your thing. But if that's your situation and you're just not posting anything ever, nothing, not one photo, especially if you're married or something. Again, I'm not saying you have to post everything. Shout out to my auntie Lisi who's listening. My aunt Lisi is a poster. She posts every single thing. She locked her car door. She's like,
yeah, your aunt just catching strays. Your aunt did not expect to get on here and catch a bunch of strays. That is hilarious.
I love her. I love my aunt Lisi, but she's a poster and I love her for it. But I'm just saying, I think there is something to be said for people that are in the public eye. It is a little bit of a weird thing because you have a lot of eyes on you. And so what you want to expose to the world, you want to keep your relationship private. I do respect what Issa Rae did. She waited till she was married. Yes, Auntie Lisi. But I don't know. I think it's weird to be in a long relationship for many years and you never post anything, even if it's just like, I don't know, at dinner with my boo, and it just seems that you're like with somebody. That's just me. I'm not saying you got to post all the time, but a little couple, even on the story, a 24-hour post, I think is fine, right?
I mean, yeah, thing is, I'm about, like, you use the word organic earlier.
Different. The grid is different, but a little story, 24 hours.
Yeah, I mean, like you used the word organic earlier, and I think organic fits here. Like if I'm posting stories or whatever, and organically, like I ain't gonna go out my way to keep you out my stories.
I'm surprised to hear you say that, Freddie, because you're a poster. You're a poster. And if I were dating you, this is back in the day, we were all in the Instagram. Yeah, I'd be like, excuse me. You know I would. I'd be like, nope, you post those little wedding chairs. You better post my back, a profile, something, our hands touching. Hello?
Yeah, I know. And the thing is, like I said, somebody said earlier, wait, right here. If you are, Tiana Bazier, if you are secure in a relationship, it shouldn't matter who's coming at her. She should act accordingly. And you're right. But the thing is that none of us are bulletproof. Like, don't sit up there and think that just because you're in a relationship and they should act accordingly, like people are bulletproof. You don't put yourself in the way of a bullet to get shot. Even with a bulletproof vest. If I got a bulletproof vest on, I go so I'm still not trying to get shot. I still don't want to get shot. So the thing is that people could be secure forever in a day, but understand we're still human, and to err is human. I'm big on quotes. To err is to be human. So the thing is that your girl could be tight. It could be 100% tight, but there is always Satan lies like a crouching lion seeking who he may devour. So he just wait for that one little point, and then bing, that guy send you that DM, and it's like a nice little cute DM, and in that moment, your man ain't giving you the attention that you want, and he's giving it to you, say the correct thing, and it reminds you of your dad because you had a dad or that passed something, reminds you of something he said, and it connect with you, and then you keep it, you talk to him a little bit. You're like, okay, we ain't saying nothing sexual. Right, it's harmless. We ain't saying nothing sexual, and then you talk. Next thing you know, like y'all having full blown conversation. You're connecting and bonding with this guy over text, which can happen because back when Twitter was popping, Twitter still to this day is the app where I have hooked up with. I mean, when I say hooked up, I'm not hooked up like how you mean it. Like I've met the most chicks. Twitter, just like texting.
You met the most chicks on Twitter?
Of Twitter,
actually form a relationship?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I that's news to me. I know Instagram, Facebook, obviously, but I've never heard of anyone romantically. I'm talking
about people I didn't know. I ain't talking about people I knew and we connected on social media and then we connected. I'm talking about Twitter. I was linking with chicks that I met on Twitter and we just tweeting and then form, we follow each other and we going back and forth and it's just texting, and then you connect and you form a bond. Like, okay, he's funny, he says funny things, he's witty, okay, and then it goes to where you might post a video like, okay, I like how he looks, his conversation seems cool. Then it goes to like, hey, I'm in the city, or give me a number or whatever, and then you meet up for a date, and then it's like then because that's the thing with women, like you meet a woman online, she still has reservations because she want to know, does real life line up with the online? And really
they're obviously really different.
But here's the difference between men and women feel the same way. But the difference is women want to know, does your mental and your conversation and your personality line up? Men want to know, does your looks line up?
Exactly. I mean, 'cause it's so easy to get catfished on these things. But listen, I'm just saying that my sister wrote, my sister's a poster. Her and her fiance, they post quite a bit. The only issue I have with that, I think there's a middle ground for that. Like, I think for me, not posting at all, nothing ever, as if you want to present you're a single person. No. I'm not with that. But some people do the thing where they'll post their partner. They don't tag them. You can't find them. Like a lot of like big, celebrities or influencers or whatever will do something like that. They won't tag the person. And I respect that too, because I will say I'll see somebody in a new relationship. And I'm like, oh, who's that? Let me just go ahead and look. Not to like get at them, but you just want to see what's going on.
You're sizing the person up.
You just want to kind of check it out. But then also it's always interesting when you want to see what's going on. Who's she dating? What's happening, girl? Let me see.
Let me see what you pulling.
Yeah, what she got. And then, what's interesting is then when these people break up, because, unfortunately, relationship success is not great these days. Yes, I understand, Freddie. Then you got to go back and delete all the photos. So that's why I said throw a little story up. It's 24 hours and it's gone. Move on.
So what Tiana just said, but is it not posting her putting you in the position to have the bullseye? Women thinking that you are available opens up that door for women to come at you because you haven't posted anyone. That is incorrect. That is horribly incorrect.
You are correct. Tiana, you're correct.
No, that's horribly incorrect.
It's not horribly incorrect. Freddie.
Yes, it is. I'm gonna tell you why. Let me tell you why. Every single time in the past, I've had a girl, when I had my fiance post of her. I mean, do you understand the chicks that wanted me? Because the thing is women, like I said, women, you see a man who's treating a woman great and she glowing, women look at like, I could be that woman. I could be her. That's how anybody would tell you this. Like for example, LeBron, I'm sure he gets shot at nonstop because one, he's a billionaire. And then two, you look at Savannah. Savannah look like glory manifested. What? Every time Savannah step out, Savannah busting the block down.
Goes for men and women. Men and women. That's what my sister just said. That's so true. That's very true. It goes for men and women. But I agree with you, Freddie. I agree with you. There is a light that gets shined on men. It is true. It is true. You post when you're in a relationship or you post a certain pic, whatever, people do pop up out of the woodwork like, oh, you happy? Are you sure you're happy?
Yeah.
On both sides.
So going away, that's why Tiana is 100% wrong here, because like if I don't have a chick, it's just chicks kind of like, they'll flirt like, look, if you fly, you gonna get action, period.
But Sag energy,
but the difference is when you don't have a girl, it's just like a little flirt, and it's never like okay, maybe you will, maybe you might, we'll see. But if you got a girl, like, oh, they applying pressure.
Tiana is saying, though, you present the image that you are available, right? So I don't see a girl on this page. He never posted with anybody. He just off with his boys. So whatever. If you fly, okay, then yeah, people are gonna say that. My friend just wrote, sometimes I ask my husband to post me, not gonna lie. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, especially if you're married. I think you presenting
married, that's different. That's a whole different.
Not that the husband doesn't do that. I'm just saying in the realm of being married, I think, yeah, you want to see your wife or your husband on your Instagram.
Yeah. I mean, when you married, that's you in a whole different ballgame, because now two becomes one, and that is your life. And so thing is, as a man, like when I'm married, then yeah, you're probably gonna see my wife, because I'm probably doing like more than likely 90% of what I'm doing is for her. So
you're saying now in the realm of we're posting.
Like if I was married, like I said, I will never go out my way. Let me just post a picture of my wife. I'm more organic and natural. I'm just posting like things like, oh, this will be dope to post, or whatever the case may be. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, when I'm married, you're probably definitely gonna see me post her, because now I have a wife, I have a responsibility, and more than likely 80 to 90% of the things that I do are for her. It revolves around her. So So I'm posting these things. You're gonna see her because I'm doing this. I'm going here. I'm here. I'm doing this for her.
Okay. All right.
So,
I thought you
you're
were
gonna
saying,
see her. You don't have a choice but to see. You don't have a choice but to see a post with me and her. Now, the thing is that if I'm Tom Cruise or like big time, you gonna know I'm married to her. I don't even need to post it because it's gonna be in the news. But with that, probably, you know, my social media is probably gonna be. That's the thing. When you get into
that's a different
celebrity,
level.
like that's the thing. It's like I gotta answer from two different sides because of the path, the professional path that I'm on. But then I also understand a lot of people watching aren't on that path.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
So,
saying. Right.
so as a celebrity, like if I'm a celebrity, I'm big time. I'm probably making a point not to post her as much. If I'm just Joe Blow out here, you gonna see her. Like we just living life, and it's my wife. Like I got a responsibility. I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff for her. You probably gonna see when I have children. You probably gonna see them. I'm at my kids' game. I'm here. I'm there. The
Right.
kids.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not doing much stuff for myself. Where it's just all about me.
I respect that though. I respect when I'll let's say I watch a new show or something, you go look up the actor, you go to their social media, they may not even have a lot of posts, right? Or you just Google them and you see paparazzi, you're like, oh, I didn't even know they were married. I didn't even know they were, because some people are super, super private. But I also, like I said, on this subject, I do think it's fine if you want to maintain some level of privacy, but also just let people know, especially if you're in the public eye, like, hey, I'm not available, but I'm not going to let you be in my business either. And I think that that's a fine line that you can walk and make that work.
Yeah. To what you said about the celebrity, I interviewed Aisha Tyler, which was on the talk. Aisha Tyler and Julie Chen and all that.
I am her. Yes, I love
Yeah.
her.
So Aisha Tyler, she was she was married. And so, it's actually I picked that question to put in my actual reel, but she didn't post much of anything about her husband, and the reasons why is because he's not a celebrity. He is just a guy, he's got a good job. Then just like a Joe Blow. He's not in the public eye per se. And so, there are some celebrities who are married to people who aren't in the public eye.
Yes,
so then those people, they don't post them because that person didn't like I'm with you. I'm not signing up to be a celebrity. I don't want to be a celebrity. So if you put them out there and you're a celebrity, they then become a celebrity like Idris Elba. Idris Elba married the Ethiopian chick, and she's a model, but she's not she wasn't in the public eye like that. But now he's posting her. Now her whole view in her public eye is way bigger now. Now she got to deal with a whole bunch of, and when you're in the public eye, it's stuff that come with it that people be wanting to be famous, but fame is a hell of a. They call fame a drug, and they call it a drug for a reason. There's a lot of negative side effects. But Tiana, she said, but let's be honest, married or not, shots are gonna come. The ring doesn't stop the shots from coming.
No.
Now, so to what I said, like, yeah, when you a PTPer like myself, yes, the shots gonna come. Shots gonna come, but the shots come differently. They come differently when you post somebody. Shots come differently when you post somebody. The women holler at me in my DMs, talking to me, yes. But when I'm with somebody, the pressure is different. Like I got chicks coming bang.
That's very
true. Like, what's up? What is up? Like when you come into my city, let me show you something. You need to be shown. You need to be shown something. Your girl ain't doing this the way I can do it.
That's a really interesting thing though, because I feel like those women that are doing that, it's like those are the women you want to stay away from. It's like clearly that you're in a situation, but they have this thing where they feel like, oh, let me see if I can get in there. And it's like, if you think this guy is a good guy and he's with this woman, were you trying to test him? Like, you know what I mean? Or even vice versa. Everybody wanted to get in there. But I will say there wasn't, I'm at the age where, you see a man with a baby in a stroller and I'm like, oh, wow, he's handsome. What's going on over there? Wait, does he have a ring on his finger? Dang. All right.
Well, you see, like, oh, he walking his baby. Oh, he a good man. Oh, he taking care of his kids. Ooh.
It screams stable. It screams I want to be in a relationship. It screams, hey, listen, I love those things. I love that.
That's what women value in men, and that's why as men get older,
listen to me. Are you stable? You can take care of the kids and take care of me, my emotions, because I have a lot.
Woo! Niggas never lied. Niggas never lied.
If you guys don't know, me and Freddie met on Exile, a reality show we did together a while ago, and he got to see the other side of Drea. Did we not?
It's on Amazon Prime. So if you want to check it out, you can go to Amazon Prime. Oh, it's on Amazon. You get rent it or buy it, and you can check it all out. Funny story. Went to LA flew to LA to see Andrea. This flight was probably the worst flight I've ever been on in my life, still to this day. Turbulence was horrible, and so I got airsick. I got off the plane. I felt like I was gonna throw up, and so I told her, and I was like, because I had to pick up my rental, and I wanted to get a haircut. I was like, man, the flight was bad, and so then I got off the flight, and I had to sit down. I was so bad, I had to sit down in the airport. I had to sit down and collect. So I didn't want to get the rental and throw up in the rental. Last thing I wanted to do. So I had to sit and wait for a minute and try to like calm myself down, try and think like, okay, some Sprite, old school grandma tricks, some Sprite, 7-Up or something. Right, something. So, but I told Dre this, but I ended up sitting in the airport for maybe like 45 minutes, just like got on the plane and just sat. And so then I left, got the rental, and went to get my haircut. I pull up to the barbershop. Drea calls me snapping. Snapping.
What are you talking about, Freddie?
Snapping. I was on the phone like,
I do not recall this.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
I don't, guys.
Snapping.
This is alleged information you're getting right now because I don't recall these events.
Nah. She called me snapping like, where are you? I haven't heard from you. Like, what are you doing right now? I thought you landed an hour ago. Like, and I haven't what are you doing? Like, I'm at the house.
You don't give a Virgo time. You don't give a Virgo time. If you're telling me you landed this time and while you were in the rental car, then you text. Okay. Let's move on.
I was in the rental car because like I said, my barber, I had an appointment as well. So I had to make sure that I got my appointment to get my hair cut because I didn't want I was meeting her at her house. Because I was staying with Drea. Nothing ended up happening that weekend, guys, in case you're wondering. But I also had a barber that was cutting my hair. So I had to correspond with him. So I'm trying to call him and get in touch with him. Like, hey, I'm on the way. So if you got somebody to share, let me, because I know y'all missed my appointment, but tell them why so I can get, because I didn't want to get there and then get pushed way back and I get there too late.
This is sounding like a lot of excuses to me. And ladies, if you're watching, you understand the importance of a man communicating or whoever your partner may be and letting you know what's going on. And if you give a woman if you give a woman a time, we are the FBI and police, and that set time happens and we need to know what's going on. Because
I told you when I landed, I told you about the flight, and I told you I needed to take a moment because I feel like crap. I think I'm gonna throw up.
I don't think that communication was given, but let's move on. Let's move on.
Yes, let's move on. Yes.
Let's move on. All right, our next topic tonight, you guys, is the family. Oh, yeah, we're almost rounding up, so it's the end. The Family Feud guy who allegedly killed his wife, you guys. I don't know if you've seen this, but he was on the Steve Harvey show and he said, well, Family Feud. It is a Steve Harvey show, same thing. He said his biggest regret was saying I do, and now apparently he has killed his wife. He killed her, right? I mean, allegedly. Right?
Yeah, he got arrested on home invasion and murder.
Home invasion. Oh, I didn't hear that one.
Yeah, he went in her house. Allegedly, he went in her house and killed her because they were separated or divorced. They were separated or divorced, something like that. But yeah. So if you look at the clip, do you have a clip?
No, I don't have it.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm sure some of you guys saw it because I saw it on the funny thing. I find humor in everything, but the funny thing, people in the comments were saying, because they said they wanted to question Steve Harvey. People was like, what the hell are they gonna question Steve Harvey for? Like, Steve Harvey just the host. He didn't know that man was gonna kill that lady. Like, leave Steve Harvey out there. But I thought that was funny. Like, they said they want to talk to Steve Harvey about it. I'm like, Steve Harvey, like, man, if y'all don't go on with that white on white violence.
They're calling him the Family Feud killer. Oh my. Alleged Family Feud killer. I
mean, no, that's not alleged. People are calling him that. He allegedly killed his wife, but people are calling him the Family Feud killer. And so, yeah, I mean, I think, with that thing is like, I don't like, they say they're going to try to use that in court to convict him. I honestly don't think that you can, because the thing is, that's so commonplace. No. That's so commonplace for men to be like, oh man, like I got the old ball and chain at home, all that, that whole deal, because like I said, in the saying happy wife, happy life, now people trying to change it to happy spouse, happy house. But at the end of the day,
that's new. I've never heard that. Happy spouse, happy house. Is that the new age?
That's the new age of that's women have done that to try to take the view of how demanding you guys are in a marriage. But we all know that's some BS. At the end of the day, every man still know. That's what I say. Going back to the married couple who was saying I'm so antiquated, and I guess you said the man said that too. The man just
he did. Happy
wife, happy life. I'm not trying. Like men are so simple. It was a comedian I think did a skit about if a man had never men who if women didn't exist. If women didn't exist, he walked into his house. He had a chair and a TV. That's it, and a bed, chair, TV, bed, and an Xbox. That's it.
Oh my God.
That's it. Like we don't need.
No, I don't think you're ever going to.
We don't need anything.
Nagging, but see, this is what I'm saying. All these ideas about being married and your wife is this and your husband that's like, I don't want my partner to have a hat with me that he only wears with me, but then when I leave, he's like, oh God, now I could be myself. Like I don't want that. I don't want that. I think that type of relationship is garbage. I want nothing to do with that. I mean, happy spouse, happy house. I gotta think about that one. I don't know. That one might be a little too new age for me. I might stick with a happy wife. Happy life.
And we know. I mean, because the thing is men use men. We aren't naturally emotional, so we don't be tripping. Like some have all right, who cares, man? All right, go ahead. Okay,
I care.
Okay. Dudes will sacrifice so much just for silence.
Oh,
we will sacrifice a bunch of stuff just for silence.
Okay, so what, we just not supposed to talk to each other for silence? Get out of here. We got to talk about it.
No. That's what I'm saying. We got to talk. The thing is a lot of times it might be an issue and the conversation is just happening just to appease the wife. The man is over it. He don't even care. I'm like, I don't even care. Like, I'm not mad or anything. I'm over it. I don't care. But the woman is like, no. We need to, let's have a conversation. We need to talk about this. Why aren't you talking? Why are you looking? Are you listening? Are you listening?
Okay. All right. That's enough. Shout out to all the ladies out there who are in touch with their feelings and need to communicate. That's okay. We're here for you. I'm here for you. And on that note, Freddie,
I'm just giving you facts. Like I every man has been there. I done dated chicks and it's like, all right, okay.
And you know what, Freddie? I think that's the best thing to do. Honestly, in those situations, I think the best thing to do is go, because I find this so interesting when men want to get upset. Oh, you do this. You're so emotional. I'm like, well, find you a woman who's not. Good luck. Okay. Because you're going to end up hitting the same road that you're on now. And you're going to be in the same situation. Okay. So you might as well just deal with this.
I mean, yes. I mean, you're correct. And that's where it comes.
Oh my gosh, pause. Thank you. I just needed.
Yeah, I mean, women are emotional. That's a part of the deal. Some are more than others.
Yeah, some more than others. True.
Some are more, and the ones that are more than others, that's when things get like, whoa, okay, hold on. You got to make some attempt to control your damn emotions. You can't let them just run amok.
100%. But there's also that on the other end where there are some men who are completely emotionally unevolved and don't want to deal with anything and need everything to be just like, okay. And that is not. Christina said men are just as emotional as women. Yeah, certain type of men are. Yeah, there are. I've dated an emotional man. Where I've been the one to be like, all right, like we got it. We can't talk about this anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you're finding that more and more. You're finding that more and more. Like generally speaking, women are still more emotional than men. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. But yeah, are there anecdotal evidence of men being just as emotional as women, if not more? Yes, and you find that more and more because you got so many people that were raised without fathers. And so the thing is when we talk about emotional, we talk about lack of emotional structure. We're not talking about just having emotions. Just having emotions, that's not what the issue is. The issue is lack of emotional structure. So for example, there are men that are emotional, and being emotional is like if you go out to the club and a guy's at the bar and you got a drink and you turn to walk and you step on his foot and then he like, yeah, Jacqueline, the anger is emotion. Right. That's exactly what she said, took the words right out of my mouth. You step on his foot. You like, man, what the fuck? Man, oh, man, all that emotional. He lacks emotional structure because more than likely he was not raised with his father. The structure comes from your father. Nurturing comes from your mother. So like how I like to look at the analogy I like to paint with children, they're like little boxes. They're all like little boxes.
Message.
So the thing is that if your mother is there, that mother can nurture that box so it grows and it becomes a fruitful, lush box full of color and taste and smells and all of that. If you don't have your dad, you ain't got the box. So the mom is just nurturing this area where it just can go and look. It might be lush and colorful and have all these smells, but it's just growing every which way. Now, if you have people who just raised by their fathers, then you just have a box, and it's like, damn, this is a drab box. There's no colors, there's no smells, or it's just one color. It's all red and it's all spicy.
Look,
it's not colorful.
We need
and so you have those both together, that yin and the yang. You can have that box you have structure, you have that nurturing, you have that wide range of stuff, but things are controlled. And so a lot of people don't have that emotional intelligence, and they're not structured emotionally. So when you have men without it, that anger they become violent and they fly out the handle. You have women that lack that, then it's just a ball of emotion, and then they just every which way. It's just like, hey, come back. And the listening skills start to deteriorate.
You put two of those people together and it's real bad. And then you got a real bad toxic relationship.
Yeah, I mean, that could be very bad. And that's when you got to have intervention. You got to have, therapy. You got to have a third party there to intervene.
If you have two people who are willing to go there, because it's not always easy to go to the depths. You know what I'm saying? But Freddie, it's time to wrap it up for the token and the truth. To wrap it up.
Shout out to everybody. Like I said, if you like, comment, share. You still can share this to your page, because somebody needs to hear this. Give us, because I just found out Facebook got stars. I don't really know what that means, but it got to be good for the algorithm. So give us some stars too.
Yeah,
drop
give us
some stars in there.
Guys.
Shoot those stars. That really helps us to continue what we're doing, right? And we're working on the logo. We're working on that central place. We're gonna have the IG soon and the YouTube soon. So you guys everybody had that central place, because I got some people on my page, some people on your page, and it's a whole collective family that we all need to get into, so y'all can see that there's people on both sides that sharing your thoughts, guys.
Yes. Wait, my computer's freezing, so you have to play the music, Freddie.
Got to play the music, guys. So
oh wait, now it's back. Now it's back.
So there we go, token of the truth, guys.
Can you hear it?
Is that the music?
Is that?
I don't think that's.
Oh wait,
no.
Dance pop. I think it's dance pop.
Yeah. Yeah. How you love the music? You forgot your own thing, guys. Every Tuesday, 9 Eastern, 6 Central. We right here. Holla at your boy.
Holler at us. We'll see you next Tuesday. Bye, guys.